Perga or Perge was an ancient Anatolian city in modern Turkey, once the capital of Pamphylia Secunda, now in Antalya province on the southwestern Mediterranean coast of Turkey. Today it is a large site of ancient ruins 15 kilometers east of Antalya on the coastal plain. Located there is an acropolis dating back to the Bronze Age. History. Perga was an ancient and important city of Pamphylia, between the rivers Cataractes and Sestris. A treaty between the Hittite great king Dadalu IV and his vassal, the king of Tarhuntassa, defined the latter's western border at the city Parha and the Kastara River. The river is assumed to be the classical Sestris. West of Parha were the Lucca lands. Parha likely spoke a late Luwian dialect like Lycian and that of the Neo-Hittite kingdoms. Perge returns to history as a Pamphylian Greek city, and with Pamphylia came under successive rule by Persians, Athenians, and Persians again. Alexander the Great, after quitting Phasaelis, occupied Perge with a part of his army, between which two towns the road is described as long and difficult. Alexander's rule was followed by the Diadochi Empire of the Seleucids, then the Romans. Perge gained renown for the worship of Artemis, whose temple stood on a hill outside the town, and in whose honor annual festivals were celebrated. The coins of Perge represent both the goddess and her temple. In 46 AD, according to the Acts of the Apostles, Paul journeyed to Perga, from there continued on to Antiochia in Pisidia, then returned to Perga where he preached the word of God. Then he left the city and went to Antalya. The southwestern silted up over the late Roman era. Perga declined as a secular city. In the first half of the 4th century, during the reign of Constantine the Great, Perga became an important center of Christianity, which soon became the official religion of the Roman Empire. The city retained its status as a Christian center in the 5th and 6th centuries. Ecclesiastical history. St. Paul the Apostle and his companion Barnabas twice visited Perga as recorded in the biblical book, the Acts of the Apostles, during the first missionary journey, where they preached the word before heading for and sailing from Antalya, 15 kilometers to the southwest, to Antioch. Paul and Barnabas came to Perge during the first missionary journey, but probably stayed there only a short time, and do not seem to have preached there. It was there that John Mark left Paul to return to Jerusalem. On his return from Pisidia, Paul preached at Perge. St. Matrona of Perge of the 6th century was a female saint known for temporarily cross-dressing to avoid her abusive husband. She also is known for opposing the monophysite policy of the Emperor Anastasius I. Matrona hid in the monastery of St. Bashan as the Anuch. Once revealed, she was sent to a woman's monastery where she was head of the convent. She was famous for her miraculous gift of healing. She went on to found a nunnery in Constantinople. St. Matrona died at the age of 100. Her life was told through a Vita Prima whose author and exact time period remains a mystery. The Greek Notitia Episcopatuum mentions the city as metropolis of Pamphylia Secunda until the 13th century. Lucian gives the names of 11 of its bishops. Epidaurus, present at the Council of Ancyra in 312, Callicles at the First Council of Nicaea in 325, Berenianus at Constantinople, Epiphanius at the Second Council of Ephesus, at the First Council of Chalcedon, and a signatory of the letter from the bishops of the province to Emperor Leo, Hilarianus, at a council at Constantinople in 536, Eulogius, at the Second Council of Constantinople in 553, Apergius, condemned as a monothelite at the Third Council of Constantinople in 680, John, at the Trullan Council in 692, Sicinius Pustilis about 754, Constans, at the same council of that condemned his predecessor successor, John, at the Council of Constantinople of 869–70. No longer a residential, the bishopric is included in the Catholic Church's list of titular sees. Perga remained inhabited until the Seljuks. Remains. Perga is today an archaeological site and a tourist attraction. Ancient Perge, one of the chief cities of Pamphylia, was situated between the rivers Cataractes and Sestris, 60 stadia from the mouth of the latter. The site is in the modern Turkish village of Murtana on the Şuracık Su, a tributary of the Sestris, formerly in the Ottoman Vilayet of Konya. Its ruins include a theatre, a palaestra, a temple of Artemis and 2 churches. The temple of Artemis was located outside the town. Another big ancient city in the area is Elge, Pisidia, located about 20 kilometers to the northeast. Notables: Perga's most celebrated ancient inhabitant, the mathematician Apollonius, lived and worked there. He wrote a series of 8 books describing a family of curves known as conic sections, comprising the circle, ellipse, parabola, and hyperbola.